locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Santa Clara. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now it's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Niners, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you disputed a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Lance. Flush to his right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, it's Mitchell. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. And Lance now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield, because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space, as they did right there.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance looking for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Here's Lance. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top four.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Burrow will throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On third down, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. On third down, it's Mitchell. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him.
bringing up 4th down.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance finding room to the 20. Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Cooper, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Joe Mixon, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the 29, Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Lance. Gets this one to use check. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's third down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he's taken down inside the 30. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Play action. It's Burrow. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sand. And that'll bring up 3rd. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Burrow on play action. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And this defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Samuel there to make the grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Big 13. Big 13. Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Burrow looking to pass. And now here is another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll run the option to start the drive. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Off of play action, here's Lance. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st down, Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And Lance going to throw. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Lance looks to throw again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 49 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This is Mixon. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Got a man open. It's Chase. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And they will take a knee here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
11.
So the 49ers now going to use the first.